Look, Mondstadt's windmills. Ah, such a comforting sight. Now, as promised, according to the merchant I bought it from, mysterious spirits called Jinn often live in lamps like this. Merchants love to exaggerate. I know you like rare things, so perhaps you can add this to your... You're welcome. I'm ready to head into the city now. I could give everyone their souvenirs first, but maybe I'll take a breather first. But I know I'll only get bored sitting in my room. I'm honored to have such a caring friend. Let's go to the plaza in front of the cathedral. After so long in Sumeru, I've begun to miss that slope. There's no rush. We can take our... Port Ormos is always lively, even late into the night. People there go to bed much later than I imagined. Quite a stark contrast with Mondstadt. People pray and play music in the cathedral plaza during the day. Good question. Life in Sumeru is never dull. Last time I was out drinking on the street at night, although I did learn later that that kind of thing is highly unusual even there. They taught me a lot of songs that they usually sing during feasts. It really was a fun night. But simple, honest folks like me, we don't need much to be content. Fair enough. Let's shelve that discussion for now. Have you ever had a chance to hear the cathedral choir before? The hymns they sing are a whole tradition. Well, let's see if we can catch them today. Excuse me, Sister Grace. Does the church choir have any performances coming up soon?
Oh, I'm so sorry. The hymn concert we previously announced has unfortunately been pushed back.
Oh? What's the story there?
As you probably know, Captain Kaeya, we've been trying to organize an amateur choir in addition to the regular church.
Ah, yes. I heard about that. I believe the plan was
Yes, exactly. Well, it turns out there are plenty of believers who are good singers and interested in but for some reason, the rehearsals are going terribly. I don't understand it. Everyone in the choir... Oh, maybe I'm just not musically gifted enough to give them the guidance they... Captain Kaeya, I know you like...
Me? Music is far from my
Thank you so much, Captain Kaeya.
I'm sure you've figured out who this expert is already. He has the best singing voice of... Plus, he's exceptionally easy to find. 9 out of 10 times, he's in the tavern. Good day. Drinking alone? I hope you don't mind us joining you.
Hello, hello! Please, take a seat. We're all friends here.
Patton, 1 moonlit alley and an apple cider.
Ooh, excellent choices. Come on, let's have a toast and drain our glasses together. Here's to the time spent drinking with friends, which is more unforgettable than the drinks are delectable.
Ever the poet, Professor Venti. A beautiful toast from the bard with any new songs of yours we could listen to? There's a real dearth of quality entertainment at the... Speaking of which, I trust you've heard Sister
Of course, though the format is a little on the formal side.
So you'd say you enjoy listening to him?
Let me think. Well, however it's expressed, as long as you can hear the singer's passion.
Passion and joy, huh? An intriguing perspective. By this logic, I suppose Lord Barbados would also enjoy the choir's performances.
Oh? And why is that?
Think about it. It's only because of his patient guidance and protection that the people of Mondstadt can now sing such beautiful... It must be quite satisfying for him to hear a joyful people lift up their voices in song.
Yes, well, that's a beautiful image filled with hope. But actually, maybe Barbados himself doesn't give it so much thought. In principle, the hymns of the cathedral are dedicated to a god. But in reality, the audience are all ordinary people with very...
If Sister Grace was able to see...
Huh? Distressed? About what? Ugh, she might be asking a bit too much. To be honest, if they have a natural talent for music, they should just be allowed to sing whatever they want. It'll all sound good. I'm pretty sure the first people to sing songs to the Animo Archon weren't all singing the same tune. Besides, he is the god of freedom. Surely he'd prefer to hear Mondstadters sing their hearts out however comes naturally to them.
Well, to each their own, I say. But Sister Grace seems quite bothered by the whole thing. If...
More drinks?
Uh-oh. I only brought enough money for one bottle today. I'll have to pass.
Another bottle of apple cider for Venti, please, Patton. My treat.
Wow! Thanks, Kaeya. You are one of the finest students ever to emerge from my fast. With the aid of this bottle, a humble bard's woes are whisked away on the wind. And so it falls to...
Then this is probably the single most worthwhile alcohol purchase I've... Sister Grace is a devout follower of the Animo Archon. Perhaps it's...
Don't worry. Just wait a moment. I'll go find her. The next time you visit her, our sweet sister shall be...
Scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince any.
Hello, Sister Grace. How are the rehearsals going?
Captain Kaeya, your bard friend has a few suggestions that are somewhat fanciful in nature.
Fanciful in the sense of not worth adopting? Is that what you mean? Everyone in the choir loves to sing, but they're used to singing their... Suddenly asking them to sing in perfect harmony like a church choir with years of experience is just so. Why ask them to adjust to the demands of those staid old church hymns when you could just create a new song?
Church choirs typically stick to traditional hymns. This is certainly an... What's stopping you from considering it?
While I don't expect a recently established amateur choir to perform on par with our own church choir, this would be a...
Is the Church of Favonius really such a stickler for tradition? So Venti, do you think the Animo Archon would like to hear a new melody?
Of course! This was the wish of the people when New Mondstadt was first founded.
Okay, well, let's see what our other friend thinks. Traveler, what are your thoughts? Another vote of confidence.
Maybe it's just a generational thing, but...
Looks like we're all in favor then.
Of course. I'll tell...
Should we find some people to help us compose the lyrics? If this is to be a...
Good idea. Let's split up and find some contributors, Traveler. Let me think. Since we're composing a song, Sister Grace, how would you feel about us asking Sister Barbara to
Given that the idea is to write a song dedicated to Lord Barbados, I'm sure...
Perfect. Traveler, why don't you head into the cathedral and invite Sister Barb...
Time to go.
Let the wind lead. Traveler, it's been a long time since I last saw you in the cathedral. Fortunately, I have some time to spare at the moment. What is it? Oh, I see. What an interesting idea. The hymns we know today have been passed down to us through the... But as long as we put our hearts into it and write with reverence and devotion, I never imagined that the bard would come up with such an amazing suggestion. I'd really love to be a part of this. Sure. Let's go there to...
Anything the knights can do for you?
Ah, you're here.
You took your sweet time. I've seen Kaeya play Genius Invocation TCG, making up a bunch of baloney to distract his opponents. Can we really write about anything we want in this song? And is the choir really gonna perform it publicly? So every...
I don't think anything's off limits.
Then I wanna write this. All these hands will... That's a very novel...
I'm used to just humming to myself while I work. So after Sister Grace criticized us for not singing in harmony, I was planning... I never thought we'd be able to just sing what we wanted.
Plus, we get to write a song with Sister Bar-
Thank you, everyone. Why don't we start by picking a theme for this song? I agree. Traditionally speaking, the theme should be...
I expect that Professor Venti might feel that topic is overdone, and...
That's Kaeya for you. Got it in one. I'd suggest that every... Ooh, well then can I praise the perfect fish head soup my mom cooked last night? Of course you can.
I think I'd like to rejoice in the
Let us praise Mondstadt, the city that
See? Already we have lots of wonderful ideas. Huh? Kaeya?
What are you doing here? Didn't want to participate. I just wanted to take you to hear a performance. But that obviously didn't. The rehearsals are now back on track, so I've done my part. I'd rather it didn't come to that. My songwriting ability... If doing nothing but loitering on the plaza enjoying the scenery all day is the only way to relax... But that would get boring after a while. To me, it's more fun to wander around, see... Besides... Can you be so sure I didn't have something to get?
Oh, I spy two naughty students skipping class. We're ready to review and discuss everyone's lyric contributions now.
I still recall the teachings of Professor Venti. The Animo Archon cares not, with so many true believers gathered together earnestly writing a song for him. That's what a song of worship is all about. So?
And that's the reason you've decided to leave?
Slipping away before the final verse is sung, before the poet has uttered the last line, before everything has concluded. I don't know. Oh no. You've seen right through me.
Wow, that was a craftily crafted. But to share all this with a group of friends, only to find myself one friend short before the final verse is sung, before the poet has uttered the last line, if you don't want to write a poem, then let me gift you. Abandoned to whatever fortune the swift currents surge, and onward I urge, through the snow and frost that fall and winter bring. Majestic waves cresting, surf roaring its tail. None but the ocean, the stars in my eyes as I chart toward the horizon, that into one day from the endless... If you are a chaser of freedom, the Animo Archon will bless you. So why not let those feelings out and sing with everyone?
A boat that has come unmoored will not get lost in the night, but sail towards the dawn.
Of course, you don't have to believe in it, but the winds of Mondstadt will guide every lost ship back to safe harbor.
Well, after a fine poem like that, it would be...
Let's head back together.